It's PNI, it's PNI, Parents Night In, or PNI. That's what we call it, because it's shorter. We're busy people here at PNI. Justin and Kelly, making you laugh, yeah, like and subscribe. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Parents Night In here at enough.com.
Real in,
R-E-E-L. Huh?
Oh! Oh!
I'm Justin.
Woo! I'm Kelly.
Tonight we're watching a comedy. A stupid, awesome comedy. We're watching not the first, not the third, but the second Austin Powers film, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
You ready for some fun?
Are you ready? I'm always ready for some fun.
I'm ready.
This is my favorite of the three Austin Powers films.
Yeah, me too.
Like so many trilogies, the second one is the best.
The first one is really fun, but I like the second one the best. I'm not a big fan of the third one.
I'm not a big fan of the first one, honestly.
Really?
I think the first one's not dumb enough. The first one tried to be a satire, and it was less funny to me than the other two. They were just like, fuck it, we're just going to make it totally screwball. So this came out the same year as The Phantom Menace. They piggybacked on the marketing and some of the gimmickry from Star Wars. For instance, the opening crawl, and during the trailer said, if you only see one movie this summer, see Star Wars. But if you only see two movies this summer, see Star Wars and Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. Came out in the summer of '99, which was a hell of a summer.
In life or in movies?
In movies, there were a lot of good popcorn movies that year.
This character is so fun.
Yes, as is actually Dr. Evil is my favorite part of these movies. But yes, both characters are great. They're great yin and yang.
Yes.
Played by the same man. Do you know much about the origin of the film, other than just being a James Bond spoof? I'm asking because I don't.
No, I can't. Yes, and I can't quite remember. Like, I've read about it enough. This was a very last-minute decision to do this, so we
didn't prep at all.
We haven't done our, normal
homework,
our normal research. The character was created apparently by Mike Myers as a persona for his faux 60s rock band Ming T. Not long after that, his wife professed to loving the persona so much she encouraged him to write up a film. His parents are natives of Liverpool.
Oh, his parents are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's why. So who is Linda Richmond based on? Wasn't that based on somebody?
No, that's his mother-in-law.
That's his mother.
Yeah,
his mother-in-law. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, they retconned the first movie basically by making his love interest in that movie turn out to be a fembot.
It was weird.
It was weird, but so what? Like,
yeah.
It's just, it wouldn't have been a fun movie if he'd had like his established wife already.
Yeah, no, I agree.
He's better on the prowl.
Austin Powers is a tribute to his dad, who introduced him to James Bond, Peter Sellers, The Beatles, The Goodies, Peter Cook, and Dudley Moore.
Huh. Austin Powers got some very attractive leading ladies in these films.
Yeah, he really did.
Elizabeth Hurley, Heather Graham, and Beyoncé.
Beyoncé.
Oh, man.
Of the three, Heather Graham is my favorite. And I am not a giant Heather Graham fan, but I love her in this.
Yes, she's great.
She's gorgeous in this movie.
I like her in everything, pretty much. She has an easy girl next door type charisma. I think at one point they were discussing doing a fourth one, and it just never happened. I mean, not that they needed a fourth one. They made their point with 3, but they could have made a fourth one with Scotty as the main villain.
That character really started as this one-note joke that they just carried out for so long.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole movie is they repeat so many of the same jokes, but somehow find new ways to make them work every time.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Evil just making fun of his son relentlessly never gets old somehow.
So Frau Farbissina, Mindy Sterling,
yeah,
she met Mike Myers when he came and did improv shows at the Groundling Theater, and he tried out Austin Powers, in an improv show. And I guess Jay Roach was at that show, and she did some kind of German woman accent, and he asked her to come in and read for the part.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many just great little supporting characters that just add to the depth of silliness. I love how they are self-aware about the fact that they're just retconning shit, because he tells his boss, oh, it turns out that she was a fembot the whole time. He's like, yes, we knew all along.
Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah. Then
oh, okay.
Okay. I don't know how he does that deep laugh. I can't do it.
That sounded pretty good, actually.
It's pretty good. It's my first.
I can't do it. I'm just fishing for compliments, actually. I'm very good at it.
My first attempt. Never even tried it before.
I can't even do it. Oh, wait, I did it perfectly.
These are my favorite scenes in these movies, the Dr. Evil headquarters roundtables.
Yeah. They
just
should
talk
be funny,
about nonsense.
but they're great.
Like, they go over basic plot points, but then they just beat every joke into the ground, and it's wonderful.
Yep.
Dr. Evil's voice, of course, like his appearance is based on a character, Blowfield, I believe his name was, from You Only Live Twice, played by Donald Pleasance, but his accent was based on Lorne Michaels.
Yes. Mike Myers was saying that he believes there's more of Pleasance in this character, but the Lorne is the base.
Clearly.
Yeah. Unibrow.
What a coincidence that her name is Unibrow and she, in fact, has a unibrow. That works out. That would be like if my name was Bald.
Justin Bald.
Justin Bald. Wow, and you are actually bald. I didn't believe my parents when they told me, and I had long hair. I was like, that name doesn't make any sense for me at all. And they were like, it will.
Don't worry.
Just wait a while. Verne Troyer.
Oh, Verne.
R.I.P. Verne.
This was like...
This was a cultural milestone.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Because everybody from then on referred to anyone smaller than them who looked like them as Mini-Me.
Yes.
Right around this time, I moved in with Bales, who ended up looking a lot like Tommy Lee, and I used to call him Mini Lee.
Nah.
Yeah, this movie was... This series is
And the finger quotes.
Yes, is absurdly quotable. Frickin'
Yes.
lasers. Like, there's just so many...
Frickin' lasers.
So many things that stuck in the lexicon.
Scotty don't.
Scotty don't.
I mean, that's in our family lexicon. I don't know if that made it out into the world.
How about you don't, ladies and gentlemen? Scotty don't.
And there's number two.
Number two, played
in 1969.
Played by Rob Lowe.
Yes, and it's so fun to see Rob and Mike together again.
Rob and Mike. Oh, yeah. Duh.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Rob Lowe is great in this movie.
He's so good. This was another, like, sort of lexicon moment for him. Like, he showed up in Wayne's World, and then I don't remember seeing him do anything until this.
Tommy Boy.
Oh, right. And so to see Rob Lowe come back and, you know, you're used to seeing number two as, what's his face?
Oh, what's funny is Robert Wagner plays number two in the first movie in 1967 or whatever. Like,
he does?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's in the 1967 scenes of that movie, isn't he? But then they were just like, oh, fuck it. We got to have him be younger in 1969.
That's actually pretty funny.
Just get Rob Lowe. Oh, she's stroking the king as though it were a penis. He's stroking the bishop heads as though they were nipples.
All of the innuendos are like so over the top, ridiculous.
Like a shovel to the face, or, you know, a shovel to the groin.
Yeah.
They make every expository scene full of hilarity for no reason except just to make it full of hilarity. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, it's the Tombstone Pizza guy.
But what else does he do?
I just know from the Tombstone Pizza commercials.
Tombstone Pizza. Man, that's a blast from the past.
Pepperoni and cheese.
Oh, yeah. And the dog is disgusting.
Don't you fart?
Oh, God.
You're sitting next to Fat Bastard. She's like, oh, everyone likes their own brand, don't they? This is magic.
It's so gross.
Maybe the Fat Bastard line I quote the most is whenever someone mentions carrots and I say, you mean carrots and throw up?
Yeah. Okay, so I, in 2002, bought myself a Volkswagen Beetle, and this is
because of this movie?
This is the movie that helped me fall further in love with it.
Wow.
I wanted one since I was 16. When they first came back out, I wanted a fluorescent green Beetle, and I bought it.
Unfortunately, Heather Graham didn't come with the car.
No, that's a shame. It was a fun car.
It was a shitty car.
I did not have a lot of luck with that car.
No, you didn't.
But
the car sucked.
it was so fun being a young, like early 20s girl with a really fun car.
Mm-hmm. We met out in it.
Yeah, we did, I guess. We did, yeah.
We did some lip locks.
Oh, God.
Oh, London in the 60s. I want to go there.
I love this whole scene. The costumes are outrageous. They're so good. The colors are amazing. And then Heather Graham shows up, and I'm like, well, Jesus, can I just have everything she wears in this movie?
And I want everything she doesn't wear in this movie. That doesn't even make sense.
No, it doesn't. This hair, by the way, inspired my hairstyle after this movie. I had that hair for like a good couple years after that. I grew it out, got the layers. I loved that haircut.
Let's do it again.
This was a great era.
What, the late 90s?
Yeah, the late 90s going into the early 2000s was one of my favorite eras of like clothing and makeup. And when I look back on it now, like there's a ton of articles you look and it's like 2000s fashion was horrifying. And there are some horrifying trends, but they weren't all bad. There were some really fun things that happened. I watched a Bob Fosse thing that was on TV, and that walk that they just did totally was lifted from a Fosse thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I was like, hey, because it caught my eye during this movie. I was like, oh, that's kind of funky. I like that. I should walk like that at the mall. I'd probably attract a partner.
You would attract a partner?
Yeah.
Are you looking to attract a partner?
A male partner.
You're looking to attract a male partner?
In 1999. This was 1999, Kelly talking.
I thought you meant now.
Jesus, Justin.
Well, what the hell?
Who goes to the mall? There's a global pandemic.
Like, that's the issue. Of course not now, Justin. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Husband of mine.
Oh, wow. That's a bad...
Green screen. Yeah, it's terrible. And the building's like 100 stories based on that background.
Yeah. Her car kicks ass, too.
Why didn't you buy one of those? Fuck the Beetle.
You know what, Justin? I don't have...
Buy a kick-ass convertible.
I don't have American flag convertible
with an
money.
American flag design.
In 1999.
That background's bad, too. That's rear projection.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't remember it being
fits.
bad before. This is the first time watching it on our giant TV, and I'm sure that is... it's providing us with all kinds of perspective.
It fits the period, though, because all the James Bond movies, when they would show driving scenes like this, they'd have rear projection backgrounds.
I was reading an article with several of the players. They were saying that like they purposely did it with equipment and styles that were closer to the era that they were trying to replicate because for two reasons. Number one, they didn't want to like spend too much money on it.
Right.
And number two, they wanted it to just be sort of like fun and
they
simple.
wanted it to look like a James Bond movie.
Yeah.
I was never hugely into James Bond movies. I appreciate them once in a while and their sort of kitschiness. A couple of the Daniel Craig ones are really good and like intense modern takes on it. But the Sean Connery ones are pretty cheesy.
I've only ever seen Daniel Craig.
So this is... Will Ferrell appears as this character in 2 movies, but only in this one does he have his face like bronzed.
Was he in the last one?
He was in the first movie.
Yeah. What did he do
But he
in
talks
that
to him
movie?
here like he's never met him before.
What did he do? Is it the same? Did he play the same trope with the 3 questions or whatever?
It wasn't
number
the
2?
3 questions thing, I don't think.
No, I thought that was
he the one
unique
who's-
to this movie.
Is he the one whose head he dunks in the toilet and he's like, who does number 2 work for? Is that him?
She did it again. What is going on?
Are you Googling my dog is farting too much?
No. I'm Googling, who does number 2 work for?
Oh.
Will Ferrell's first name is John.
Really?
John William Ferrell.
Why does he go by Will?
I don't know. He was in the first movie as Mustafa.
Yeah. Well, it's the same character. He wore a fez in that too. And he dies in that as well, I think. Like, they just brought him back basically as the same character, but had him die a different way.
In the first movie, Dr. Evil opens the trap door and sends him and several other henchmen into the furnace.
Yeah.
But he's still alive, so then he shoots him, and he's like,
But he
you
does
shot
the
me,
thing-
you shot me right in the arm.
He does the thing again where he's talking off screen, like, after falling. He's
Right.
like, I'm down here.
The wound smells like almonds.
Yeah. It's like he has basically the same scene in this.
Yeah,
He
it's
just-
weird.
In this one, he does
So
the
he
3
does
question
die
thing.
twice.
Yeah. It's very
Yeah.
strange.
It is very strange. I'm very confused about all of these things.
I think that is my least favorite Will Ferrell appearance in any film, actually. Because I didn't find that character funny.
I found
really
after he goes over the cliff is hilarious.
That part's
I'm going
funny.
to try to stand.
Yeah.
Oh, I've broken the other leg.
That part's funny.
That
But like
kills me.
the rest of that scene I find kind of tedious.
The question thing is
3-question thing,
dumb.
yeah.
But the dying scene is awesome. It's time. Oh, that's dark. Like my poetry. Like my soul.
That's dark like my stool.
Oh no! Yikes.
Oh no!
It's awful. You know what I've decided?
What?
This coconut seltzer gives me a little bit of a coconut porter reminiscence.
Oh.
Maybe that's part of why I like it. Bubbly coconuts.
Oh yeah? You know what I've decided?
What?
I want to work for a mannequin manufacturer.
So you can touch boobs all day?
You always got to go gross, Kelly. God.
Why do you want to work for a mannequin manufacturer?
Just to celebrate the poetry that is the human form.
This really went to a very strange place. Is that actually a dream of yours, or did I ruin your punchline so you had to change your joke?
I didn't have a punchline. That was it. I didn't think this through.
I imagine a car crash GIF will show up in the editing for this one.
I'm going to make it really loud for you.
I don't like the loud.
I know.
The visual is enough.
It's ironic because you are loud. I believe there was a test of the emergency broadcast system just then.
Yeah. The emergency was, watch out, Justin. Kelly's going to punch your face.
Oh, is that an emergency? That's a crime.
Don't make jokes when I'm laughing.
Don't make jokes when I'm laughing?
When I'm drinking.
Wait, stop laughing for a second. I have something really funny to say. My underwear's falling apart.
That wasn't supposed to be funny. I didn't expect
It was supposed to be. I was hoping it would be. It was the intent.
Actually, Kelly, it was supposed to be funny because it was a joke. That's probably the most insulting thing someone can say to you. That wasn't supposed to be funny. How do you know what I was intending, ma'am?
Ma'am, that you were supposed to laugh at that. If you don't like it, why don't you order your third Bloody Mary and go the fuck home?
Why do you assume that I drink Bloody Marys because I don't have a sense of humor? First of all, I hate tomato juice. And second of all, I'm a delight.
Because that's something that Karens drink.
Karens don't drink that. They drink White Zin.
White Zin, yes, yes.
I can't even look at them.
Oh, this part too. I was thinking about this today, actually. Because I put barbecue sauce on my chicken nuggets, and I was like, Chili's, baby, back rubs.
Barbecue sauce. Question. Aren't they in 1960-something?
69, so it makes no sense.
So why does Fat Bastard know the Baby Back Ribs song?
It makes no sense.
I've never picked up on that before.
Really?
No.
No, it's... Yeah.
He shouldn't know that song.
No, he shouldn't.
That song doesn't exist yet.
Kelly, that's the least of this film's realism issues.
Okay.
Oh, he has mojo now, so now Frau wants him.
Why did he drink the mojo? That's disgusting.
So
they sucked something out of Austin Powers' body and then he drank it?
Well, what should he have done with it? Shoved it up his ass?
He could have poured it in his ear.
That doesn't seem pleasant.
I mean...
You ever had a whole bunch of liquid poured in your ear?
Have you ever drank someone's mojo?
I don't know what mojo tastes like. Maybe it's delicious. Maybe it tastes like a fucking daiquiri.
Perhaps.
How do you know? This one, too. One for my homies.
But he was in the 90s, so I guess it's okay that he knows that.
No, I'm saying it's another line that I used to use a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I would get drunk and I would actually do the pour a sip on the floor.
Wow, you're a lovely house guest.
I sure am. And my mom would be like, Justin, clean that up.
Justin, clean that up. Go to your room.
Justin, I just bought that rug. That was a $500 rug. You asshole.
I'm like, whatever, Ma, it's club soda. Get over it.
I was like, you don't even have to look at it anymore.
I want to go to London in 1969.
I already said that earlier. You can't say it now.
I want her dress, too.
Yeah, I want you to have her dress.
I always wanted that dress.
Go get it. And I'll dress like Austin Powers, and then we'll be a pair.
Okay.
Some year for Halloween, I should go as Austin Powers / Dr. Evil.
Oh, you change halfway through the night?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be fun. I love these interludes, like
Yeah.
Laugh-In. You never watched Laugh-In, did you?
Not really.
It was good.
I think when I first became aware of it, I was already a Lily Tomlin fan because of her records, but I never really sat down and watched it. I probably wouldn't have gotten most of the humor at that point.
I was going to say, at the age that I watched it, probably like 40% of it went right over my head.
Yeah.
And then like 20% of it I only sort of got. But I just thought it was so fun to watch. Like the color, the colors and the hairstyles were crazy. And when the jokes were really good and I got them, I was like thrilled.
He's not even wearing the blue contacts in this scene. What, did he forget him that day?
Oh, yeah.
That's terrible.
Wow. We should have like a continuity error jar where we put like loose change or $5 or something, and every time we find a continuity error. And then we can go out for a seafood dinner and never call me again.
We'll never call you again?
I don't know. We could go on a trip.
I think you're underestimating the number of continuity errors we can find.
I think we should go on a trip to Cabo.
You should have been like, and then, after a while, we'll be able to go on a worldwide jaunt throughout Europe and Asia and Japan and Mexico and North Canada.
North Canada?
Yeah.
It's going to be real cold.
The frozen tundra.
We're going to have to get a lot of jackets.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah. This was the hairdo. I was like, that's my hair. I'm going to have that hair.
Yeah, you should do that again.
It doesn't fit in 2021.
Kelly, it fits if I say it fits.
Wow. That's weird.
And when you come home with that hairdo, I'll go, oh, it's my favorite song. Madonna's Beautiful Stranger.
1969.
Well, it's...
It's in his head.
But it's in the style of a late 60s song.
Madonna wasn't there.
I know that, but I'm saying the song is in the style of the time.
You know what?
You're the style of the time.
I have decided that this movie is crap.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. That's beautiful.
Stranger.
Yeah. So
See, that's
I can't watch
it's
this scene.
Disgusting, but
I can't watch it.
It's a really good-looking fat suit.
That's great. I can't stomach it.
In the third movie, the fat suit is not realistic looking. So earlier, I cracked Kelly up. We were watching Jurassic Park Fallen Kingdom, and the little girl in it turns out to be a clone of her mother. And I said, wait, so she's a frickin' clone? And Kelly lost it, and it was great.
I did. It was awesome. You know who else is in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom? My buddy Ted.
Ted Levine, who she didn't
Teddy!
recognize until like 2/3 of the way through the movie when I did the Ted Levine voice.
Yeah.
And she was like, wait, but that's not Ted. I was like,
He's changed.
We just watched the 2 Jurassic World movies this week.
Yeah, with our son.
Our son was obsessed, so he was like, let's watch the Jurassic World movies. And we're like, fine, let's watch them.
So we watched them for the first time. Like he's obsessed.
We'd never seen him before.
Because he's been watching the Camp Cretaceous show on Netflix. So he knows all the stories and all of the characters. And like as we were watching the movie, he was like, oh, that's Owen.
Claire.
Oh, that's so-and-so. And anyway, so we watched them both this week.
And they're good pieces of crap.
I really like the first one. The second one's okay.
The first one's definitely better than the second one. The second one was like just
mayhem for the sake of mayhem.
Way ridiculous.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. It was just so out there that you're like, I sort of have to respect just how little they gave a shit. There's like, let's just make this, come up with the most ridiculous idea. Okay, rich people are buying dinosaurs.
Right.
Sure.
They were just,
why not?
They were all in on the whole greed thing.
I believe them coming out of the ocean in scuba suits is right out of a James Bond movie. There's one that actually happens, and then they do this kind of thing where she takes off her suit. She's all boobalicious in her bikini.
He's wearing the same outfit.
Yep. Is that the same beach that the end of Planet of the Apes was shot
It looks
on?
like it.
I think it was. I wonder what beach that is.
It also, I believe that Grease opening credits were shot there as well.
Is it in Malibu?
I'm gonna check it out on Google.
What if God was one of us?
Oh my God, I forgot
about this. And this, of
this.
course, is a reference to the island of Dr. Moreau, where Brando is playing a piano and his little tiny friend is playing a tiny piano on top of it. Blee, blah, blee, blee, yeah, blah, blee, blee, blee.
Leo Carrillo Beach in Malibu, arguably the most filmed beach in movies and television.
Yep. Malibu, I knew it!
Okay, things filmed on this beach. Sense8, Stranger Things, Supergirl, The Good Place, Gattaca, Grease, Inception, The Craft.
Inception?
The Usual Suspects, Karate Kid, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Yep.
It is the Grease Beach.
I knew
Bitches.
It. Planet of the Apes on there?
No, Journey to the Center of the Earth is.
Wow.
Nope, that was filmed at Point Doom State Beach. Oh. It is in Malibu, though.
Oh, okay.
You a crap!
That's basically the same as his All Things Scottish character. Talks the same way. Welcome to All Things Scottish. If it's not Scottish, it's crap! There's a sketch where like Phil Hartman comes in and starts like doing Irish jokes, Lucky Charms and stuff, and he's like, well, you see, that's Irish, and I'm in fact Scottish. And the guy's like, well, what's the difference? It's like, there's Ireland, there's Scotland, there's the bloody sea! Now get out!
The bloody sea.
Yeah. Every time your brother, Scott, tries to make a joke, I want to go, You know what, Scott? I say that all the time.
Yep.
You take
all
special
the
care
time.
of him. He's my special boy. Anytime someone comes over to feed the cats.
Anytime you talk about the cats.
Stupid cats. In the third movie, they do that same joke, except it looks like a pair of tits.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they show the Osbournes, and Ozzy's like, boobs. I'm like, what do you mean? This is boobs. They just did the same joke over and over from other movies. That's boobs. Oh, remember the Osbournes?
It's a whole thing.
Did you ever watch it?
Yeah, a little bit. It was a train wreck.
It was a trainer. We watched it pretty religiously.
You and your roommates?
Yeah, Bales
Yeah.
and I would watch it, and Dudis would come over, and we'd all watch it together. And Sharon proposed that he, like, shoot out bubbles on stage. He was like, bubbles? Come on, Sharon. I'm Ozzy Osbourne, the Prince of fucking Darkness.
Dude,
What?
according to this, when Heather Graham was asked to audition for this role at Mike Myers' request, she was saved from a porn career.
What?
It says before she was called by her agent, she was seriously considering accepting a major part in a softcore lesbian movie because she hadn't had any meaningful film roles in over a year and a half. A year and a half seems like a short period of time to start panicking and considering porn.
Because she had a
I wonder how
couple...
real that is.
I mean, she was in Boogie Nights. That was probably her last, like, meaningful role. But maybe because she did Boogie Nights, and she was like, porn doesn't seem so bad.
In the original script, the title reads Austin Powers 2, The Wrath of Khan.
Really?
The narrator then talks about this title and eventually says that due to a lawsuit, the movie will be renamed to Austin Pussy. The narrator then says that the title needs to be changed again in order to obtain a PG-13. The title, The Spy Who Shagged Me, is then displayed.
That's very Monty Python of them.
Some countries changed the title because the word shag is much more inappropriate in other English-speaking countries.
Really?
Yes, and so...
In what way?
Because I think it's basically like saying like the spy who fucked me. No.
Well, that's what shagged means.
I know, but in some countries, it's just not appropriate for wide audiences. So Singapore briefly forced a title change to The Spy Who Shoiked Me, or Shioked Me, which means treated nicely.
Wow.
And then in Malaysia, they changed it to Austin Powers, The Spy Who Behaved Very Nicely Around Me.
Wow. This was done strictly for the trailer, just so they could do I'm Your Father. Not really. I can't pack that up. Turns out,
And then we find out later,
they're brothers.
they're brothers.
And who is their actual father? Michael Caine.
That's right.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Dr. Evil's eyes shift from brown to blue throughout the film. The difference between the two shades is most likely cosmetic lens agitation from the filming process.
What? What does that mean?
I don't know. Cosmetic lens agitation? As in, his eyes hurt today, don't wear the contacts?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Just say that. What's funny is he immerses himself so thoroughly in the different characters that you don't think of them as all Michael Myers.
No, yeah, when it's Dr. Evil and Austin Powers in the same room, you don't.
You don't. They're different
It's weird,
people.
actually, that you don't.
Yeah.
Until you said it, I hadn't even thought about it.
Well, I mean, that it's a testament to how good he is at just being these different characters.
Right.
Actually, the fat bastard line we probably use the most is, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, the good guys shouldn't body shame him so much.
No,
It's not nice.
it's not nice. But, you know, that was allowed in 1999.
It was encouraged in 1999.
Yeah. It was a hard time to be anyone, pretty much,
Anyone.
at that time because,
Yeah.
you know, only about like 0.5% of the population had the ideal body. I want to have a party like this.
We should totally have a 60s party.
It'd be really fun.
My parents would love it.
Yes, they would. We could probably raid their closets for some clothes.
My parents still have their 60s outfits.
They do. They wore them for Halloween one year. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was great. Set up the drums.
Yeah.
Get Dave to bring his sweet-ass flower bass.
And then we can tape you guys singing 60s songs.
Yeah. You can come up and sing White Rabbit.
Yeah. It's a fun romp.
It is a fun romp. They all are.
Rompy-dompy-doo.
It's a great series that just goes for broke.
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah,
gonna,
they go for it. They throw it all at the wall.
This is going to be stupid, and we're proud of it.
Yep.
As the kids say, it's sophomoric AF.
The kids say that?
Yep, they say it.
Which kids are these?
Sophomores.
It's sophomoric AF. I don't think sophomores typically call themselves sophomoric or
Kelly.
other things. then they're insulting
What is
themselves.
more sophomoric than sophomores?
No, I know, but they
It's
don't,
right there in the name.
They don't call themselves that.
Kelly.
They don't look that deeply.
The adjective form of the word sophomore is sophomoric. What are they going to say? We're freshmanic?
It would be very meta if they did.
We're freshmanese?
Freshmanese. Wow.
We're freshmanian? It's a great stupid comedy.
Yeah.
It's more about creating good, dumb, hilarious jokes and just running them until they're dead
Yeah.
than about a story. Like, the story is secondary.
Right.
It's just a vehicle. It's like escargot is just a vehicle for garlic and butter. The story is the snail. The jokes are the garlic and butter.
Yes.
And the jokes are amazing.
The story's very chewy.
The story's a little bit chewy,
Yeah.
if we're being honest.
Yeah.
The jokes, however, you can dump out of the shell and then soak bread in and enjoy them all over again.
I feel like
And that's really what we do with this
like-
movie, is we dunk the bread into the leftover oil and garlic.
I feel like this metaphor went a little off track.
No, it didn't. I feel like this metaphor is fucking killing it.
I feel like it landed.
I feel like it landed like a H-bomb.
That doesn't sound good.
No, it does. Directly on target.
Oh. It's bad
And
news for millions and millions
explosive.
of people.
I mean, it's bad news for the millions of people who don't watch our show, honestly. That's the bad news for the millions of people.
I see.
They're missing out on this humorous H, but the H stands for humor.
You've dropped a humor bomb.
I've dropped a humor bomb out of my ass.
Good Lord, folks, please save me from this hell.
What are you talking about? I am shitting gold.
I'm delightful and I'm shitting gold everywhere. How many people you know that shit gold?
The H in this case stands for AU, which is the elemental symbol for gold. Is that confusing?
It's about as confusing
A
as
plus
two salamis and a bologna.
Equals H. 3 salamis and a half a star. What do you give Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me?
On a scale of what to what?
Whatever scale you want.
Whatever scale I choose.
I don't understand you anymore, so it doesn't matter.
3 donkeys and a Subaru.
3 donkeys? Okay, so what is the rate of donkey to bologna?
7/8.
In which direction?
Smaller.
What do you mean smaller? That's not a direction.
7/8 of
What?
a bologna.
A donkey equals 7/8 of a bologna.
Yes.
So the 3 bolognas plus that you gave Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, you like this movie about 7/8, and then how does Subaru rank to star?
Subarus to stars?
Yep.
I don't know. Subarus are pretty big.
You don't know? Stars are way bigger than Subarus, Kelly. We have one in our solar system. It's enormous.
Did you say it's enormous?
Yes.
I think a Subaru is like 50% bigger than a star.
You think
Not physically bigger. I mean, it's
Subaru.
worth more.
a Subaru is worth 1.5 stars?
Those cars last forever.
A star lasts billions of years, Kelly.
Justin,
Billions!
if you think that this scale is based on any kind of reality, you're the problem here.
If you think that this scale is based on any kind of reality, you're the sucker.
Pretty much.
God help you.
It's not better than The Godfather. Does that help?
No, The Godfather, you gave The Godfather 4 stars, so I'm really confused
sorry.
now. I give The Godfather 2.5 Subarus. Is it, now, hold on. Is that a Subaru Outback or a Forester?
Oh, definitely the Outback.
You don't like the Forester?
I don't know what it looks like, so...
Fuck the Forester, Justin.
I don't know what the Forester looks like, so I couldn't possibly
You
have
don't.
chosen it.
It looks pretty similar to the Outback, I think. Doesn't Adam drive a Subaru? I think he does.
Yeah, I don't know which one.
If you had 3 donkeys in one of Adam's cars, you would have Austin Powers too.
I would. And a lot of shit in my backyard.
What does the shit in your backyard have to do with anything?
Donkeys would be shitting all over my yard if I had 3 donkeys.
Well, don't let them in the yard. Leave them in the driveway. Behind the Subaru.
They eat grass.
They don't have to.
What are you going to feed them?
Balonies. You should start a website of just movie reviews and just have a completely different rating scale.
A different scale for every movie.
Every movie. And everyone
I
would be
wonder
like,
when I would run out of ideas.
So,
This one is 2 garden gnomes and a snowman.
excuse me, Kelly. Which did you like better, Encino Man or Malcolm X?
What is the rate of garden gnomes to robots?
Which movie would you rate in robots?
Muppets Christmas Carol.
That's understandable.
Yeah, the tracks.
What?
Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer.
Did you say it tracks?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Because I understand track. I tracked vocals the other day.
That's a different use of the word track.
Oh,
Do you know sometimes verbs can mean different things? Did you know that?
they can?
Yeah, like read and read, like that.
Those mean the same thing. They're just different tenses of the same thing.
Oh.
Like run and ran. Did you know that? Like punch and punched.
I'm going to be on the couch, and you're going to be very sad about it. Actually,
Like Beasley's going to be very sad. She's going to be sitting in a puddle of piss.
Beasley doesn't care. She sits in her own
And then
piss.
she's going to fart in it. And it's going to really smell bad.
This got really gross.
Oh, God.
This got really gross really
I
fast.
mean, we just watched a movie where a guy shit a giant suppository that was a tracking device. So
Yeah, but I didn't watch it. I turned my head.
I watched it. You didn't miss anything.
I know. I've seen it before. That's how I knew I didn't want to see it again.
Oh.
You see.
Anyway,
Oh, thank you.
thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for hanging with us as we watch Austin Powers' The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Thanks for keeping us company.
Groovy, baby. Very groovy.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to click that subscribe button and follow us on Twitter, MeWe, and Facebook.